Today in this video, we're going to be looking at so many brand new Mr. Ops news. So far this whole entire week, we got a brand new image showing a brand new monster entity. Also, a brand new art looking style looks amazing for the Mr. Ops poster. And also the whole description from Mr. Ops Playhouse 3 with the full-on Steam page. So yeah, we have a lot to talk about. So let's go hop in the video and look at all the new Mr. Ops Playhouse 3 news. So if you go on Twitter, Mr. Ops Playhouse 3 in development, Moonbig Games. As you guys see, they definitely posted a lot. So let's go look at the very first one, being this one saying, "Join me and I'll give you everything." It happened like 3 days ago is when it all started, and I'm recording this on a Friday if you're wondering. We'll be uploading it during the week. And as you guys can see here, this is a photo they're showing here. It looks like you can see like a long neck or opening door, and it says play, looking like some static VHS tape. And as you guys can see, it looks like the goat man or the goat demon or whatever this thing's supposed to be. It looks like the same monster entity in the trailer. It looks like it has a different face. It looks like a whole goat or a snake type thing, but it looks definitely really good and detailed, and it definitely looks scary, and you know, it's gonna be cool. And as you guys can see here, one of the comments said it would be cool if the game had a teaser countdown just saying troll install face, and then he says here it will. So most likely he's gonna have a teaser countdown, meaning like 1 day left, 2 days left into the game, kind of like what FNAF Security Breach and Bendy in the Dark Revival did. And as you guys can see here, this is not the start of it, but that means we're definitely getting close with all the new news we've been getting. And also the last recent tweet talking about how the development has been actually good. They've been doing the whole voice casting and also some switches in the game, making the development speed up. So it is getting closer, but sadly we do not have an official date just yet, but it's still getting closer. And as you guys can see here, the next one we got here is a new official art poster for the game. You see what a delight it would be to corrupt a soul as pure as thee. And if you guys do not know, that's within like one of the lines within the Mr. Ops 3 trailer that came out, I think like almost a year ago, like months ago, like a long time ago. I did a whole reaction to that, but it says here official artwork by the amazing, I'm not going to try to butcher the name, because you guys can see right here, this is the whole artist. Looks like they did many art for FNAF, and also, you know, many different arts for official people. So it definitely looks really good, and it looks like they did an amazing job on this. And as you guys can see here, it says coming soon, Mr. Ops Playhouse. Now let's go and actually look at this. Looks like they're in the hallway, and you got all the three main characters, Miss Boo or Miss Bo, forgot her name, it had been so long, Mr. Stripes, I remember that, and obviously the one and only Mr. Hops. And as you guys can see, you got here Ruby and also Esther just chilling here, looking all terrified. They ain't chilling, they're actually terrified, with the Mr. Ops 3 logo in the bottom. And first, this is so amazing. I even said in there, what, it looks like a movie poster. Because yes, look at this. If you're telling me that if you see this, doesn't it look like a movie poster? If we ever do get a movie poster, I want it to be like this. I just want the characters to look like this. If we ever get ourselves here a Mr. Ops Playhouse game that has like these type of graphics and they actually look like this, that's gonna be a terrifying game. Mr. Ops 4 or 5, I don't know, but it's definitely looking amazing. And this whole poster gets me way more hyped for the game. Like, it looks amazing. And one of the very last news, which is kind of like the biggest one out of all this, is the Mr. Ops 3 Steam page is now available. You can wishlist the game and also read a lot more about the game. As you guys can see here, we got also a couple of new photos, so let's go and actually look at them. So as you guys can see, the very first one is Ruby. I said Ruby, right? This is Ruby running in a whole monster. It looks like a whole boss fight sequence. Looks like the same photo from the actual trailer. As you guys can see, there's a huge green goblin dude here holding a whole band hand or wagging, whatever that wacky thing is called. And as you guys also see here, he's having a little like belt around him with Mr. Stripes, Mr. Hops, and Mrs. Bo all there with all blacked out eyes. Like, what, maybe he killed them and we have to try to send them free? Maybe they're helping us in this game? Who actually knows? The whole goblin obviously looks really evil and he's just hunting us down. Or maybe this is to show how they're just pawns and this is how they really look. Like, imagine that. But as you guys can see, Ruby's running around in a different room that looks like a puzzle room, because as you guys can see here, we got here different symbols with different like vases on them. Most likely, like in the second game, they had the exact kind of puzzle. And it looks like after doing that, it most likely summoned this boss fight. But as you guys can see, it definitely looks really cool. The next photo is just the same. It's just a simple photo of Esther in a room with a whole bunch of different gems there, and it just looks like the Mr. Ops 2 room. So, you know, nothing much to actually say here. And the next one here, it shows Ruby, Ruby, running away after most likely doing a puzzle, because you can see one of the flames that from like Mr. Ops 2's ending, and also a little couple pressure plates, and a whole wall covered in this purple, mysterious, viney type thing that I have no idea what it actually is, but definitely looks pretty interesting and cool. And as you guys can see the next one here, we actually got here Ruby and Esther together in just a random room, but with also a whole purple vein monster thingy tentacle that's coming out of the wall. Don't know if you have to avoid it, don't know if it's going to try to get you. it's just there. And in the next photo here, it shows Ruby and Esther just running around a dark hallway. Also, nothing else really theorized, just them running. The next photo here is from accessing the demo. This is one of the new purple axes, swinging back and forth to try to avoid it to walk into the next room. The next photo shows here Ruby running away from Mr. Hops with a couple of spikes there. Most likely this is when he finds you and you have to try to outrun him. And also this next one here looks like another puzzle, and maybe just a random room with some vases here, or vases, whatever you want to call them. We got here Ruby and Esther still just running around. And also the next photo here, remember these all kind of like new photos, it shows here Esther just running around. Looks like a whole library type thing. It could be another puzzle. I'm gonna say a puzzle, and it guys, most likely they're trying to get some keys or maybe finding something, or just another extra area to find some lore and get some secrets revealed. But anywho, the next photo here is definitely probably one of the most mysterious and weirdest one out of all of them. It is Esther in this plain room, but with the whole creepy looking shrine thing. It looks like a whole dark obsidian type coal thing. I don't know what it is, but it looks like some monster type thing. Definitely do not want to touch that. If I'm Esther, I would not want to go near that. I'll walk away and be like, this is enough, I'm done. And actually the next one here shows Esther just sitting outside of a manor or entering another room. It's looking at the camera, debating her whole life right now. And the next one shows here the sewer level, which we did see in the trailer, and that was really all. But yeah, to see there's some thorns down. It looks like Ruby, is trying to run and get her way out of there, most likely. And for the last photo here, it shows Esther and Ruby just in a room with Mr. Hops glaring at the window, looking into the souls. So that was all 12 or 13 photos, all unique and new to the Steam page. But sadly, also here, it says here, release date coming soon, not yet, but you could wishlist the game now. And also says here, 2 young girls must solve puzzles. This is a mini description, then we got here the full description. It says here, 2 young girls must solve puzzles, avoid traps, and overcome hellish enemies to find the 6 medallions and put an end to the entity's region, or I don't know if I even pronounced that word right, once and for all. Anyways, so you start looking at that. It's a horror adventure puzzle platformer. So most likely actually reading this, it looks like the entire gameplay is gonna be us solving puzzles, enter different rooms, try to survive the monster, look for 6 medallions throughout the entire gameplay to most likely put an end to Mr. Hops once and for all, as it says. So is this the last Mr. Hops Playhouse? Is this literally it? It's gonna be pretty sad if it is, but it definitely looks amazing. It's 3D and everything like that. But now look at the full-on description here. Also, it says here the developers describe the content as frightening themes. And also, this is the whole specs if you need to run it. So, yeah, I think every PC will be able to run this. But, go look if you'll be able to actually run it. And as you guys see here, and this is the whole about this game. 6 months after Mr. Hops took everything away from little Ruby during the events of Mr. Hops Playback. I saw back and I was like, Playhouse. He has come back for more. Okay, so this is definitely interesting. I want to look at this a little bit after. I never actually read this before rendering, but it says after a close encounter, Ruby ends up stuck in the underworld, a realm where lost souls roam eternally through the darkness. She happens upon another. Did I read this wrong? She happens. Yeah, is that happens? She happens upon another human girl called, most likely supposed to wanders upon a human girl called Esther. And together, they must solve puzzles, avoid traps, and overcome hellish enemies. The 6 medallion. Okay, already read this. It says, run and hide from the toys turned monsters. And Mr. Hops, the hair-raising the hair-raising hair. I know this is another name for Bunny, but I don't know if I even write that out. Mr. Stripes, the terrifying tiger, and Miss Bow. Yes, it is Miss Bow. The panic-inducing panda. P, get it? Panda. Panic Panda, and you fight back against the giant bosses that tower over you. Help Ruby find her lost parents and unravel Esther's troubling past. Mr. Hops Playhouse 3 is an adventure game with a light combat element with combat element. No need to fight back. It says any variation or variety of puzzles to solve in order to progress. Features a graphic style inspired by the early era of 3D gaming on the PlayStation 1 and Nintendo 64. We called it, man. We called it. But as you guys definitely see that is everything so far we got about it. It's a whole bunch of new Mr. Hops Playhouse 3 news. Now we know a lot more for the game. That's something we did not know before. Like, seriously, we had no entire idea that Mr. Hops Playhouse 3 was even going to go and take place after Mr. Hops and Ruby. So it looks like obviously the game's gonna take place after Ruby has that, and she's trying to still find her parents most likely, and then she gets dragged into the underworld. Most likely it's gonna be a whole cutscene introducing and telling us everything about, you know, everything that just happened within the 6 months and how she got in the underworld. It's not gonna explain most likely how, or it's probably gonna explain, but right now we do not know how Esther ends up there in the same timeline, since Esther is literally her grandmother. So what happened? That's the one thing we want to know, is literally what happened. So we most likely are gonna figure that out, but we're gonna have to wait until more time to actually see. This is definitely pretty interesting. If you want to see a full no commentary and full commentary gameplay, I'm definitely gonna be doing that with all the cutscenes and all the interesting stuff. So that's just me for this video. Tell me guys in the comments below, what do you guys think about this? Are you even more hyped for Mr. Hops Playhouse 3? Because you know I definitely am, and then I'll do more news videos whenever more important information comes out. So let me know in the comments below. If subscribe if you want to, it's your opinion. You know, don't want to subscribe, I'm 100% okay with that, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Goodbye.